What's up, people? Welcome back to the channel. What is fitness? What does fitness mean to you? What I think fitness should actually mean for everyone on the planet today. Okay, now fitness is a state of mental and physical well being. So, that being said, the first kind of fitness that everyone needs is mental fitness. Why? Because it gives us the power of choice, it gives us the choice to make healthy decisions, healthy food choices. We choose to be healthy. It's not something that someone can impose on us. It's not something that we can impose on anyone else. So, mental health, sanity, stability is of utmost importance, more than the physical, superficial aspect of fitness. Using the power of choice, we move into spiritual fitness. Why? Because we choose to be grateful. We choose to express gratitude to a higher divine force, the animating force of this universe, God, universe, higher self, angels, whatever you call it. I personally believe there is a higher animating force that dictates all balance in this existence and dictates the balance within yourself. Now, spiritual fitness, to a large extent, is going to affect what your morals are, your core values, your ethics. Okay? It's going to make you connected to the higher unseen force. It's going to make you resilient. It's going to make you resilient to tackling your problems head on, or your obstacles or your challenges. Okay? Now, using this connectedness, we're going to move into emotional and societal fitness. Now, there's no point, I'm going to say this, there's no point of being physically fit and attractive and having like your abs showing and being ripped if you cannot function correctly in society. There's no point to having that six pack and going out into society and being an asshole to the people around you. We are societal animals. Human beings need community. We need to go out and interact with each other. We need the support of one another. So, societal fitness is extremely important. We need to be able to function correctly in society. We need to be able to function correctly as a human being. We need to be able to function correctly in relationships. Prevent yourself from getting into toxic relationships. Honor yourself. Okay? Prevent toxicity in relationships. How do you do this? Having a good, strong sense of self. Okay? So now, if all of these things are in alignment with each other, they're all congruent, they're working with each other, then the body naturally flows in the direction of physical fitness. What you present to the world, what the world sees, what the world mirrors in you, what you mirror in the world as well. So think about this. If everyone out there on the planet was mentally fit, spiritually fit, emotionally fit, and societally fit, there would be no war. There would be peace. There would be understanding amongst individuals, and then community, and then towns and cities and countries, and then globally. Does this make sense? Good. So then we come into, of course, what probably all of you were actually expecting me to start off with: physical fitness. What is physical fitness? We got a list of things under physical fitness. I would emphasize on posture. Good posture first, and then mobility and flexibility. Okay? What's the difference between flexibility and mobility? Now, flexibility is you're really bendy and twisty, you do yoga. Doesn't necessarily mean you're doing the yoga correctly. Doesn't necessarily mean you're doing that overhead squat correctly or an overhead press. Okay, so flexibility means I can move. I'm flexible this way, right? Mobility means, for example, I'm going to use my shoulder girdle. Okay, mobility means that this shoulder ball is in the socket and it's articulating correctly, meaning I can twist, I can move my arm this way and upwards. Okay, now this is my mobility. This is not flexibility. Why? For some people who could have potentially a hiked up shoulder on one side or forward head posture from the hiked up shoulders, they could very well be flexible too. Does that mean they're leveraging correctly? Not at all. So I could be flexible with this shoulder hiked up and I could still like move, right? I could still move. Is the quality of my movement good? No. Is it healthy long term for my joints? No. So I could be flexible with this hiked up shoulder all through here, but I am going to have restricted mobility. Very restricted mobility. Once I set it into place, I have increased range of motion, increased mobility. Okay, does that make sense? So flexibility, mobility, strength is the next one. What is strength? How much force you can exert in your desired direction, how much weight you can lift. Or in the real world situation, a car broke down on the side of the road and you go to help someone, you need to push that car. Help push that car. That's going to require a certain level of strength. Okay? It's how much force you can drive through a muscle. Okay? So strength is a function of the nervous system. It's how much amperage, electricity. The nervous system is nothing but electricity and the whole body runs on it. So it's how much force you can drive through the muscles. All right, the next would be speed and reflex. Closely related, interconnected. A lot of you combat sport athletes out there will know what I'm talking about. You need speed and reflex. You need to respond to a stimulus. Okay? Speed is how fast you can move. All right? What is power? Power is how fast you can exert strength in a certain direction. All right? So the exertion of strength with a time component is power. So power lifters will, for example, in a deadlift, will deadlift as fast as they can, lifting the maximal amount of weight that they can handle at that time. So then comes acceleration and explosive power. Acceleration. You're starting a sprint. Your body's at standstill and your top speed is here. From standstill, you're not going to hit the top speed right away. You're going to accelerate to your top speed and then you're going to sustain it. Okay? Now that acceleration phase is explosive power. Okay? It's how much strength you can exert through your body in the shortest amount of time possible. So that's acceleration. All right? Power, I spoke about that already. Next one would be cardiovascular endurance. It's you not fatiguing. Muscle fatigue is something a little different, but cardiovascular endurance is how healthy your heart is. And your heart health, your cardiovascular health is going to dictate how much oxygen you're providing to your muscles. All right, so cardiovascular endurance is different from strength endurance. What is strength endurance? Strength endurance is the maximal strength that you can exert repeatedly over time. So for example, you're doing a 350-pound deadlift. Now, how many reps can you keep lifting that 350 pounds for before you have to reduce the weight? Okay, so that will determine your strength endurance. The next kind of endurance is going to be your muscular endurance. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be tied into strength. Okay, your muscular endurance means, you have a really light weight. Say you got a 5-pound dumbbell and you're overhead pressing it. Now, You could overhead press that for, say, 35 reps, right? So that is your muscular endurance. There's not a lot of strength required to lift a weight that light, but at some point you're going to get tired. So this would be your muscle fatigue. Okay? So your muscular endurance doesn't necessarily correlate with your strength. Okay? And then finally, we come to the aesthetic value of the body, the superficial, the good looking body, right? So this would be the result of a correctly leveraging, correctly articulating body. A functional body is a good looking body. In proportion, functional, strong, healthy. This comes from within. This is not from the outside. This comes from within. This is, like I said, mental health, spiritual health, emotional health, the power of choice, gut health. Food determines mood. So, I hope you found this video helpful. Use this, make your notes, delve deeper into this. It's amazing when you start living a high frequency life and you make healthy choices for yourself. And I'm not talking only with regards to food and exercise. Healthy in the kind of movies you watch, what you're feeding your mind, what you're visually feeding yourself. Okay, the kind of connections you make with people, are they healthy? Are they toxic? Are they not on the same wavelength? Are there energy vampires around you? Are people stealing your energy? Make healthy choices for yourself. All right, so thanks for watching. Spread this video, spread the love, and awesome. Talk to you soon.